Hi everyone, and welcome to this unusual video where we will be sharing with you our opinion on the Callisto Protocol. We recently finished playing the Callisto Protocol and really had a lot of fun through the entire playthrough. For us here at the studio, this is easily our game of the year. But the problem is, we nearly missed playing this game because of the negative reviews the game received from mainstream reviewers at launch. And this isn't the first time reviews have prevented us from playing a game, only for us to pick up the game later and realize it was actually a very good game and not well represented by the reviews. Being hardcore survival horror game fans, and coupled with the fact that we feel the Callisto Protocol wasn't fairly reviewed, we felt we had to make this video to share our own experience with you guys. First of all, I believe no game is perfect, but the Callisto Protocol is a way better game than what the reviewers had made it out to be. I guess most of the reviewers were expecting it to be a Dead Space game on steroids or something else, but this is the Callisto Protocol, a totally different game like any other in the genre with its own set of rules. The Callisto Protocol is a story-driven single-player survival horror game where you play as a cargo pilot, Jacob, who, following a crash, imprisonment, and a subsequent outbreak that turned people into brutal monsters at the Black Iron prison on the moon of Callisto, has to find a way out with the help of a few other characters. To discover the story, the game world has two main parts, a linear and an alternate part. The linear part progresses the story, while exploring the alternate part lets you discover loots, notes, and audio logs that shed more light on the events that unfolded all over the game world. The story of Callisto Protocol is an aspect we really like. It is simple, straightforward, and good enough to drive the campaign forward. My favorite characters are Elias, Danny, and definitely the main protagonist, Jacob. I genuinely felt sad and worried for these characters as the story progressed. The Callisto Protocol also has by far one of the best looking visuals and sound designs out there in this next-gen era. We couldn't help but marvel at how amazing the game's atmosphere is. Only a few games out there would even dream of coming close to its level. The gameplay and combat are both very interesting and by far our most favorite part of the Callisto Protocol. In a lot of ways, it felt like a much needed evolution of combat in the survival horror genre. Every encounter feels tense, up close and personal, and potentially your last if you falter. We see this combat style as an innovative idea, but surprisingly, this is one aspect of the game we hear a lot of people complain about. But isn't this why there is what we call a tutorial? If only some of these reviewers took some time to try and understand the rules of this game, they would find it more fun as we and a lot of others did. The only aspect of combat we can nitpick about is the lack of urgency and speed when using the health injector, but this is also definitely a design decision to increase tension. Other than that, we absolutely love the combat mechanics. The game utilizes an autosave system to save player progress. It also has a manual save option, which is also another major source of player complaints. Players complain saving manually only saves the player position and not player progress. And since we live in a world where players don't read instructions anymore, this is bound to happen because it was clearly stated on the manual save page that any progress after the most recent checkpoint won't be saved. But to be fair, the game came out on the 2nd of December and we played it on the 10th of December, so maybe the note was added before we downloaded the game. I think they should probably rename the manual save to maybe save player position, or just remove the option to save players the confusion. Performance, especially on the PC, even by people using RTX 3080 graphics cards, was also another major source of backlash on Steam. We played the game on a RTX 3060 laptop and did not experience any performance hiccups. So this must mean that the striking distance team are definitely fixing this issue with the new patches they have released since launch, but this should have never been an issue from the start. Taking all of this into account, we can't really find any problem with the Callisto Protocol, and honestly find it very hard to understand why it received so much backlash. It's almost as if people wanted the Callisto Protocol to be a totally different game, which it is not. It is, after all, the Callisto Protocol. Personally, we absolutely love the game and we 100% recommend it to all survival horror game fans out there. It is a game you can't afford to miss, even if you have to wait and buy it on sale. But at the end of the day, this is just our own opinion and everyone else is entitled to theirs. Just remember, these reviewers have played the game and experienced both the ups and downs of the game before giving you their own opinion on whether it is bad or not. Shouldn't you try it out to at least form your own opinion, especially as it's something you have been anticipating for a while? Don't let them decide for you because at the end of the day, you are the one paying for the game. So we would like to know, do reviews influence your decision when deciding to buy a game or not? We'd love to read your comments down below. We for one have decided not to let reviews influence our purchase decisions anymore. That will be all for now guys. Thanks so much for sticking around and hope to see you in the next one. Happy gaming!